I'm down here with Colin Frost. He's the dealer manager for Kubota. Colin, there's a vast array of Kubotas from tiny to massive up the other end. How important is the Irish market to Kubota?
Oh, it's absolutely critical. We have a broad range of customer base, ranging from the one-man bands to your major hire shops and the national hire shops within the Irish market. And yes, we like working with our Irish customers. They're good people to work with, and they appreciate the value that we bring as a manufacturer.
Now, we have obviously said a vast range of machines here. Which you'd pick out as some of the more popular ones for the Irish market?
Well, we have the machine like this one here, which is ideal for the small tool hire market, for going into houses and small back gardens, right up to our full range. The biggest one we've got here today is the 5-ton machine, which is then for your general contractor, ground worker. But we also get involved in that machine in things like recycling as well.
And how do you find working with a dealer like FJS with Kubota?
Well, with teamwork, great things happen, and we've been market leader now for 25 years, and that certainly wouldn't happen with just the quality of our product. It's critical that we have the dealer network like we have, like the people at FJS, who not only sell the machine but back it up, support it, and look after the customer going forward for the future.
And we're talking about customers. What has the customer feedback been like from the field with all your range of machines?
Well, time and time again, when I go out with a team from FJS to see customers, the customers always make it very clear that the robustness and reliability of our product is critical to them, and that's what makes them keep coming back to us.
And going towards the future, is there anything exciting we can expect from Kubota in the coming months?
Well, we're all, as a market leading manufacturer, we're always looking to develop our products in line with market demands. Obviously, everyone's now looking at new future technologies in other energy solutions, and we are exploring that. And we're looking to expand our portfolio into other product areas as well.
So the future looks very bright for Kubota, and we look forward to seeing it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm with James Hicks, who works in the product management at Louis Gong. James, Louis Gong has been developing a presence in the market over the last couple of years. Can you just explain how the company has evolved since you've been there in the last couple of years?
Yeah, definitely. So Louis Gong's really starting to focus on the voice of the customer. That's partially why our team is there. So we're the product management team, and we're based in Manchester. However, we're responsible for UK, Ireland and the whole of Europe. Our role within the company is to be the voice of the operators, the owners, the businesses using these equipment, and our dealer partners, and to implement changes to improve the product. So what you can see behind us, we've got our F-Series range, and that has been developed by listening to the guys in the field and the ladies in the field from our E-Series range.
So can you highlight the difference, obviously, with the new F-Series compared to previous models?
Yeah, so F-Series, one of the big differences is the visual aspect. However, we've also got key after treatment differences with stage 5 as well. The biggest difference that people will notice is the ease of use for the operator and the operator environment. So from E to F Series, it's been a complete redesign. What this means is we've listened to customer feedback and we've implemented design changes. Firstly, the cab, much more spacious than the E-Series, and you'll notice there's a huge glass area. What this means, the cab feels more spacious for the operator, but in addition to this, the operator's got really good visibility, especially if you look over there at the front right-hand side track. We've got a large sunroof as well, so it's a really pleasant place to spend a day. You've got your heated air suspension seat as standard, so operator comfort, very important for us, and then you've got your 8-inch display. We've listened to customer feedback on this, and the display can be operated either with touchscreen but also with a jog dial. So it's a much more intuitive system than our previous E-Series machine.
Obviously, customer feedback is a big part for you. What has the feedback been like, the initial feedback been like when people are using these machines?
We've had great feedback from our existing E-Series customers. So we've got a real loyal customer base within the UK and Ireland. And operators say it's night and day going from E to F. Much more intuitive for the operator and much more designed around the operator.
Well, James, it's a fantastic looking machine and customers seem to love it, so hopefully in the future we'll see a couple more Louis Gongs out there.
Definitely, and over the next year we're going to be launching a lot more models, and then also implementing changes based off feedback as well. So we're lucky we can react quickly to market feedback.
Well, James, thanks very much for your time. It was a pleasant experience.
Thank you.
I'm here with Mert Murphy of FJS. Mert, there's an impressive range of Kubota tractors on the market. Just tell us a bit about them and what the range varies from top to bottom.
So we have 4 different ranges. We have what's known as an M4, and our M4 is between 60 and 70 horsepower, followed by our M5 range, which is 95 and 110 horsepower. And then we have what's known as our M6s. We have 2 ranges of M6s. We have what's known as a 001, which is more of a utility type tractor, which goes from 110 to 140 horsepower. We have an M6 002 series, which is again the same horsepower but slightly higher spec tractor. We then follow on to our M7s, and our M7s are from 130 to 170 horsepower. Quite a good spec tractor. You have them. They all have the M7s all have the bigger hydraulic pumps. They have electric spool valves. They're more suited to the type of a tillage man machine, whereas the M5s are more suited to our stockman.
So in regards to obviously a range of tractors, a range of different applications that we use for, what's been the most popular tractor from the feedback from your customers?
Well, the M5 seems to be going fairly well for us. It's, as I say, it's more of a stockman's tractor, but of lately we were finding that the 002s, which is the M6, are starting to find their feet towards the smaller dairyman, and again the bigger stockman are doing very well for us at the minute.
And one of the main questions obviously farmers will probably have is reliability. How reliable are these machines in the field?
Well, I heard a lad saying these are the Toyota Land Cruisers of tractors, being from Japan. The quality, the engine, Kubota engines is renowned. The electrical systems, everything about them seems to be, as I said, Toyota Land Cruiser type thing. Like, they're very, very reliable.
Very reliable. So, and again, from customers, do they like the accessibility of them, just the general specifications? How are customers finding these machines in the field?
This particular model here, I have a couple of those out with tillage men, and what they're actually very, very impressed with is the tractor. That tractor's quite heavy. That tractor's just shy of 6 ton, but low down torque, power. Even though it's a 4-cylinder engine, it's a 6 litre, and it gives really, really good low down torque, which is very important when it comes to ploughing and tilling and things like that. And that's one of the most impressive things so far about the Kubota tractor. And obviously fuel economy. 4-cylinder engines are also more fuel efficient than your big 6s.
Well, Mert, it's a fantastic looking machine. As you said, they'll probably be going long after we've gone. So thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. God bless.
I am down here now with Martin Walsh from Major. Martin, this is a fantastic machine behind us. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Okay, this is a 2,200 gallon dust suppression unit, and we sell a lot of these into quarries such as what we're studying here, construction sites, road building sites, all that kind of equipment. And it's mainly for keeping the dust down and also for maybe washing roads, doing things like that. So this one here is several of the options that are available, and there are more options available for these types of tanks. Yeah.
As regards to Irish customer base, how have you found the sale of these machines? How's business going?
Business is going well. The construction business is booming, and health and safety is a big issue. And if there's good weather, it certainly helps. Plenty of dust blowing around like there is today. So yeah, there's plenty of interest in this equipment all the time. Delivery times is often the main pressure, getting this stuff out quick enough.
And with this machine in particular, is there any features that we should be taking a look at?
Yeah, I suppose the main thing you'll see, there's a centrifugal pump on the front, so you've got an 8,000 litre vacuum pump. You've also got a centrifugal pump which delivers water at high volume and high pressure. So that can feed this gun that's here, so it's like a water cannon basically, and that can be used to wet down stockpiles and keep the dust off them. That can also be used to just wash down areas and to keep dust down, but mainly washing down stockpiles, things like that. You also have a top fill hatch on it, so the tank can be filled from overhead water tanks. Now a lot of people would fill these tanks from vacuum, from a lagoon or things like that, so you have all them options. On the back there's also a water spinner, so that just uses the minimum amount of water to create a mist, and it just keeps the dust down, but it doesn't flood the area with large volumes of water, such as the water cannon might, There's also the option of road blasting units. There isn't one on this tank, but we'd sell a lot of tankers with those, and again that would power wash an area maybe 12 feet wide or 4 metres wide of an area, and it will fully power wash it in one pass, cleaning roads where you might be crossing a main road in construction work or something like that.
Well, Martin, it's a very interesting machine, not one a lot of people would think of, but thanks very much for your explanation.
No bother, thank you.
I'm down here with Andrew from Encong. Andrew, this is a very interesting bit of kit, a bit of a different innovation. Can you tell me a bit about it?
Yeah, it certainly is. So the idea behind this is it's to innovate digging. It's called a tilt rotator. So the ability of this machine is it turns 360 degrees and it also tilts by 45 degrees. A traditional excavator or digger just digs in one way, which is fine. This enables you to actually turn the bucket 360 degrees or tilt it. It also enables you to be able to pick up different applications and different types of bucket without actually removing yourself from the cab, so it's a lot safer. It cuts down a lot of movement with the tracks, so again, from a saving point of view, from fuel and cost, it's very good product from that side.
And how have you found the market interest for our products?
The tilt rotator market in Ireland is it's blowing out of the sky. It's actually becoming incredibly big. Scandinavia at the moment is probably 95% of excavators have a tilt rotator, and Ireland and the UK are probably following closely behind. And the market share is only going to go through the roof. Most excavators in the near future will have them, like a quick hitch.
And how have you found customer feedback with it?
We have very positive feedback. We have a very good system where we have great support. We're one of the only manufacturers that offers this, and it enables your customer to actually contact our service department, which they can then come online, look at any problems, and do any work that needs to be done without it physically having an engineer on site. So we get great feedback from it.
Well, Andrew, it's a fantastic innovation and seems to be taking over the market pretty soon, so thank you very much for your time.
Much appreciated, yeah. Nice to see you guys. Thank you again.
I'm down here with Nicola from Strickland Buckets. Nicola, we see a Strickland bucket attached to the Kubota behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this is a 5-ton machine here, and this is we've got a tilting coupler fitted with a standard Strickland ditcher. So it's 5 foot wide, and what we do, as you can see here, it's drilled to take a bolt-on blade, which gives you extra wear on that bucket, so making the life of the bucket a lot longer than if we didn't fit the blade. We're a long established supplier with FJS, supplying these buckets into them for 5, 6, 7 years. And what we do also as a standard, these pins, they're bolted in, so they are removable if you needed to direct mount this straight onto the arm of the machine. But our buckets come with those pins as a standard. And
the main question is, how is the operator feedback? How are these been found in the field?
Very well received. We've been supplying, as I said, into FJS for a number of years now. Most of their customers would be specifying these buckets, along with lots more over in Ireland and in the UK. So we would class ourselves as a premium supplier, premium manufacturer of excavation buckets.
Well, Nicola, it's a fantastic looking bucket here, so thanks very much for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. Thanks very much.
Well, Martin, this is a very different attachment you see in a normal digger. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so this is a rotary head cutter. So this is a relatively new product that we've launched. So it's got 2 cutting rotors, and each rotor has 4 blades on it, 2 cutting blades, 2 mulching blades, and it's driven with a hydraulic motor and 2 gearboxes. The idea, it's ideal for cutting scrub and things like that on, like we have over here on the side of a bank, things like that. We also use them on power arms on tractor mounted. A lot of people might have seen more of them on the tractor mounted ones, but we're doing more and more now for construction diggers and excavators and all that. They come complete, as you see here, fully galvanised with the quick attach on them. We aim them mainly at the sort of 10 to 14 ton market at the moment. We may be doing further ones for smaller units, but at the moment it's mainly that 10 to 14 ton. It's got 2 rotors, the material goes in here, the vegetation goes in here, and it's shredded into dust, comes out the back. You can set the front here to let in different heights of vegetation and everything, and they're working very well. Need about 100 litres a minute at about 1500 psi, so any 10 ton machine will operate it no problem.
I suppose, Martin, probably the most important question is, how are your customers finding these machines?
Yeah, look, there's been great feedback on them. They really like them. they're taking over a lot of work that flail type machines were doing, and they were a lot heavier. They also had a higher requirement of oil flow and everything, and more importantly, the ground speed when working with those would be a lot lower. These do a really good clean job on all sorts of trees and hedges, and even people find them very good cutting things like Leylandii hedges and that, and they're not getting sucked into the material like flails are. So we've quite a few of them out there working, and they're going very well. Feedback's been good.
Right, we're down here at the EvoQuip stand. We have Michael here from EvoQuip. Michael, a fantastic machine behind me. Can you tell me a bit more about it?
Yeah, so this is our Cobra 230R. It's a compact impact crusher. So this machine is used a lot of the time in recycling applications where we can process concrete and asphalt and turn it into a usable end product. We have a 4-bar rotor in our impact chamber with double aprons, so we've got good reduction ratio and high throughput.
And so what's the feedback been like from customers using this machine?
Yeah, they love this machine, the size of it, the versatility, so it's easy to transport it around, and it's got very quick setup times and teardown times, so it's a very versatile machine. It can process a lot of different material.
And from EvoQuip as a whole, is there anything we expect coming out of the company in the next coming months?
Yeah, we've got a couple of exciting products coming. We've got our Cayman 150 shredder. We've got our Falcon 820, which is a small, compact incline screen, and then we've also got a larger jaw crusher, or a Bison 340.
So the industry's going to have to watch out for these developments
now. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So, Michael, it's great to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
I'm down here with Frank Smith from FJS Plant and Agri. Frank, it's a very impressive display you've got here. Can you just tell me a little bit about it?
Yeah, thanks very much for that. Yeah, we have full range here. We have Lugong excavators, Lugong scissors lifts. We have Kubota construction, Kubota ground care, Kubota agri. We have EvoQuip, crushing and screening, NC dumpers, Furukawa rock breakers, and we have sleigh and track dumpers here. So yeah, definitely a range from big to small to big.
Frank, there's almost something for every customer here. So what's the sort of interest like in these products from your customer base?
Yeah, it's been busy all morning, to be fair, and a lot of customers that we know, and a few people obviously that we don't know. It's been steady since it opened this morning. So I think it's going to be, the weather helps, the location helps. It's a good central place for a show like this, and it's very important to us to have a show like this for the construction industry in Ireland. So yeah, no, it's good, and the feedback from our customers that have walked around, that there's plenty on display, and it's a good show.
So, before we talk about shows, there also we had the pandemic for the last 2-3 years. How important is it to be back at a physical show from your point of view at FJS for creating sales, creating your business, and more importantly, just meeting customers face to face? How important is that as a business point?
Yeah, it's great. It's great to meet customers, some you haven't seen for a few years, especially last year when it opened up again. You're talking to people on the phone, and you don't get the same. It's not the same when with the personal interaction, and it's not the same crack really. And you have to have a bit of crack in what you're doing. You have to enjoy what you're doing.
Absolutely, and this is a very impressive machine behind us, the Louis Gong. Can you tell us a bit about the range of Louis Gongs you have for sale?
Yeah, so as you can see, this is a 950E, 50-ton excavator, and on it is a Furukawa 770 rock breaker, which Furukawa are Japanese-built rock breakers. We were agents from them from 2013. We'd sell quite a lot of them every year, big and small. Lugong are the Chinese company. We have Lugong now since I think 2015. We started with the E series and some of the old D series, and now we've progressed to the F series, as you can see down along the line. So we're becoming to the end of the E series and the beginning of the F series. So technology has changed, the cab interior has changed. I suppose the technology, the control aspect of it is different. The components are more or less the same, but yeah, it's good to see. It's and the ones we have out, we're getting a very positive feedback on them. So the future looks good for them. Yeah.
A very impressive stand. Thanks very much for your time today.
Oh, thanks very much, and best of luck to you as well. Thanks.